Alright folks, good morning. A little bit of a different setup today, but we've got something else to do today than building and talking. Hello, first of all, welcome in. Mikey, thank you for tuning in. I hope you get well soon. Well, hope you're not too sick. And no worries about not watching the stream. The VOD will be available after the stream as usual, so if you missed anything, you'll be able to catch up. Howdy, Dalton. How's it going, folks? Righty. What you're looking at on your screen right now, I'm sure you'll have some familiarity with it. We have some Lego minifigures. Now, obviously, if you've been following me for a while, you might know that I make custom minifigures, and these are some of the ones that I made in collaboration with AV Figures. And we are approaching the second birthday of this endeavor. I started earlier, but I put up my first custom printed project up for sale on December 4th, sorry, 2 years ago, 2022. And good morning, Zigzag. And last year we had a contest to celebrate that occasion, a little mock contest. We'll have a look at that in a second. And I thought we'd do that again this year in a slightly different fashion, because the way I ran the contest last year, I'm unable to do that this year because, we'll get to that in a second. As usual, I hope you have a drink with you and are ready to spend some lovely time with us today as we prepare this year's Custom Works anniversary contest. Now, let's switch over to Discord, actually. Let me see. Set that up for you, Discord. Okay, and enable that. This is the Custom Works server. You can see there's some beautiful spam going on at the moment. But that's not the topic of today's stream. We are going to have a look in the announcements channel from on the workshop Discord server, which is where all the mock stuff is taking place, because originally I had the Custom Works project in this server as well. So yeah, that is where that took place back in the day. And we'll just go over it real quick. Back then, I had just started working with AV Figures, so we didn't have a lot of collaborations going on. I did most of my stuff solo. Now it's the other way around. I'm not doing a lot of solo stuff anymore, but most of my minifigs go to AV Figures, and AV Figures distributes, produces and distributes most of what I do nowadays. So yeah, we'll have to take a little bit of a different approach than this from last year, because yeah, we want to have something fresh. So my thinking is we'll go through the entries of last year's contest first. We'll have a look at the concept that I put out there for last year's contest. Sorry, I don't have my way with words today. In any case, we'll have a look at those entries, we'll have a look at the concept, and then we will have a look at the prizes that I am able to offer myself this year, because I have extras of them or whatever. And then we'll think of a concept that we might be able to use to make an interesting contest with a prize that is worth participating. So yeah, we'll do that today. It's not going to be anything particularly crazy. We're not going to be building, so I'm sorry to disappoint in that regard. But we'll be back next weekend with another breakdown video. So if that's what you're interested in, stay tuned. So first off, let's have a look at the entries. We had a beautiful little Custom Works contest channel specifically for this contest. We had 9 entries, excluding my example, and you can find all of that in the project archive category in the workshop Discord server. So if that's something you're interested in, you want to go through it on your own, have a closer look at the entries, you can do that. I hope you had your time to read the basic concept of last year's contest with a 12 by 12 size limit, and the idea was essentially to build a habitat for any of the minifigures or custom parts that I had put out at that time, excluding AV Figures collaborations because I didn't have any extras of those. So there we go. People built a lot of Andor stuff that was quite prominent, and we'll go through one by one, and I'll explain a bit of the concept of judging that we have, because that was something fairly different, you know, considering we wanted to have people build habitats for specific minifigures they would like to win. Okay, well, I'll have to go back here again. I explained this part, but not the prize. So you could build a habitat for any minifigure that I had made at that time, excluding AV Figures collabs. And if you win, you would receive that figure that you built a habitat for free of charge. You know, just like any prize should be free of charge, really. And the entries were judged based on how well they corresponded to the figure that they were meant to be inhabited by, if that makes sense. So we got a lot of really nice entries, and the judging process was actually quite interesting because I did not expect so many people to pick things that, you know, you could see in their model, but that weren't exactly a perfect match. So let's just start at the very bottom and work our way up. Brown Bricks, still a fairly active member of the workshop Discord server, actually, so shout out. Built a nice little dam inspired by Eldanian D6. I think D6 is from the Jedi games, if I'm not mistaken. I'm honestly not sure though. I'm not too familiar with that. In any case, build, in my opinion, pretty solid. And he posted some very nice overview shots, clean background. I do appreciate that. And you can really see most of the build in good detail. And I put all of the scores in the respective entry threads. So in this case, on this contest, we had 5 judges that I messaged as the contest closed, so nobody could bribe judges beforehand, and we'll do the same this year. 5 judges, and everybody submitted an average, well, their personal score for the build and their personal score for the relevance, you know, of the minifigure that the habitat was built for. In this case, ISB torsos, which you know, in this case, didn't get a very high relevance score. And all of the scores were obviously averaged between all 5 judges, and that average score is displayed here. And the build and relevance scores were combined to make up the final score. So if you had a decent build and you had decent relevance, you had a decent chance to win this contest. So I really like that concept. Next entry was by FWW Builds, inspired by one of their larger scale mocks, as you can see in this picture. Little, I guess the big one is a base and the small one is more of a wall. In any case, they were looking for an army trooper, and you can have a better look at the build here. More immersive type shots, not really something to see the whole thing in action, but you know, in this case it wasn't particularly necessary. The average score for that one was fairly low. Relevance was reasonably high though. kind of worked. So I'm not going to go into that in more detail because, you know, I can only speak for myself, and we had 5 judges in total, and I can't speak for them. But I might have given a different score, I don't actually recall, but these were the averages. So yeah, you get the idea. Nice little Venator hallway. Republic Navy Admiral was the figure that I wanted to win, which was one that I made quite early on, I think February 2023-ish. No, a little later, but early 2023. And this one, you can see the scores for yourself. I think I don't have to read them out for you. You are, well, I hope you're intelligent enough to, you know, read all of that for yourself. We had a Ferric Stowaway by Gav. Shout out to Gav, met him at Breaking Bavaria, nice fella. Oh, Bubble Breaks, yeah, we're getting to yours in a second. Clean build, and Gav was looking for the Primo security body. If you're not familiar, you can always go to the Custom Works Discord server, check out the catalog, and then either, you know, just use the search bar and type in Primo, and you get that thing spit out. So that was that, and yeah, you can see the scores for yourself down here. The second highest score of this contest, I think. Moving on, Bubble Breaks. Have a seat. Don't faint, please. It's gonna be alright. Desired figure was Mon Mothma, which, once again, if you're unfamiliar, come on. Was this one, based on Andor Season 1. And you can see for yourself, the score wasn't particularly good, and Bubble Breaks is in chat currently and also said that their model wasn't exactly the greatest. But I respect the entry, I respect the effort, and maybe we'll have another shot this year, if you're interested, that is. We have a lovely confrontation on Edu mock by Marvel Star. And the desired figure was Director Krennic, which unfortunately was an AV Figures collab at the time, so yeah, wasn't eligible to win, but got a pretty decent score actually in the end. Anyways, we have Mon Mothma's Apartment by Igonk, which unfortunately doesn't load, but that one was the winning entry. Let me see if I can bring that up for you. If it's still online. It is in fact still online. Alright. I'll just grab a screenshot of that for you. And let's post that in the... no, I can't post that down there. I'll just put it in here and delete it later. But that was Gong's entry. Lovely apartment based on Andor. And the desired figure was, of course, Mon Mothma. And got by far the highest score out of all entries to this contest. So, good shit there. Well deserved. Oops. My fans are ramping up. That machine is getting hot. Close that, please. Next up, Escape from Ferrics by Miles. Good fella. Also making custom minifigures, but taking a sweet time getting them out the door. But what I've seen, it's looking pretty good. Little Ferrics vignette, one of the Primo security body, and you know, you can see for yourself. And by Chiamango, actually, I think this was one of my favorite builds out of all of the entries, and I was surprised to see that. Well, it was a bummer to see that the relevance score wasn't exactly the greatest, as you can see down here. So they didn't make it, but I think that one would have been well deserved as well had it won. My example post, you know, just showcasing the layout that I would appreciate people to post their stuff in, so that I can easily gather all the information and put it into the judging. In any case, So today we are trying to follow in those footsteps and whip up a new concept that would work for this year. So I was thinking, considering I'm not able to to offer a selection of all of my solo figs because I don't have any extras anymore, so I can't offer that open prize pool. I could offer a smaller selection of AV figures collaborations, which I do have extras of. Yeah, I just got 2 of each minifigure, so you know I'm willing and able to give one of those away. And you know, we could have this as the prize pool. Obviously, that would be rather limited in the grand scheme of things of minifigures that I've made so far, but that would be an option. Another option would be to just pick one fixed prize and come up with a new concept. You know, in the case of a prize pool, I do like the idea still to make, well, for the requirement to be to build a habitat for the minifigure that you would like to win. So that is something I would be down to do again, because I do like the concept. I did like the results. It leaves a lot of space for creativity. And yeah, I think that would be cool. But I would be interested in hearing what you think. If you are, you know, planning to participate in this type of contest, and what you would prefer, a fixed prize or a prize pool, and you know, all of the rat's tail for both of those options. You know, the habitat option or the fixed prize option, for which we would need to you know, come up with a new concept for what we would like people to build. So if you have any ideas, feel free to put them in the chat. I'll have a quick look at the Discord, because I have spotted a mild error in, well, it's fixed. We'll take care of that. And then we'll open up GIMP, hop into GIMP. We'll do some editing, I guess. You won't be able to see everything, but you should be able to see enough. So let me just whip up that file from last year, see if I can find that, and then we'll just come up with a new concept. Try out both options, you know, the prize pool option and a single prize option, and then we'll go from there. See what we like best, and if you have any ideas, like I said, please do put them in the chat. Boba Brick says, if those are the figs, we would see a lot of Ferrix builds again. Yes, true. There's also Tales of the Empire Throne. There is Bad Batch epilogue figs. There's also the chainmail body that we released around the time of Breaking Bavaria, and we've also got, of course, the Starkiller and Juno Eclipse figs. I could also throw in some of my remaining solos. I still have some Kirkanos figs around. I have a regular Grand Admiral Throne still around, and I might be able to scrape together some other solo figs to throw into that prize pool too. Can't see them. Let me pick that up for you again. Allow you to have a closer look. There you go. That's the chainmail. This is, well, I'm not going to say spoiler alert because the show has been out for a while, but that is Epilogue Ahsoka, Omega from Bad Batch Season 3. CMF coverage, side leg printing, arm printing, all of that good stuff. We've got Hunter from that same scene, also in CMF style, with that lovely side leg printing and arm printing. Tales of the Empire Throne. Nothing too crazy going on there. Fairly simple print, but one of my better designs, I reckon, when it comes to Imperial officers. And then, of course, my... oh, sorry, lads, you see the game screen. Yep, sorry. There's Juno and Starkiller. I'm sorry for that inconvenience. I'm still getting used to this streaming thing and switching scenes on the fly. There we've got Omega from the Bad Batch epilogue. Like I said, CMF coverage. In terms of printing, we've got Hunter right here as well. And Tales of the Empire Throne, you know, slightly younger version. And of course, I think you should have seen those in my Gothic build, the chainmail bodies. Some of those are part printed, some of those are UV printed. So we've got a wide range of options that we can choose from. Third time's the charm, yes it is, at some point. Right, so yeah, that's, and I've, you know, like I said, I've got some Kirkanos extras, I've got some regular Grand Admiral Thrawn extras, and I could scrape together some other figs as well. So yeah, it wouldn't need to be limited to this selection. Now let me find that that file. Where did I put that shit? If only I knew where I put my stuff. I don't think it's still in the... Nah, it's not in the recently used. I reckon it's probably somewhere in here. I'm just gonna let you look at the figs for a little longer while I feel that while I look up that file. I feel like it would be harder to get good relevance for the chainmail compared to the Bad Batch figs. I guess, yeah. Good shout, yeah, it's an army builder, you can put that pretty much anywhere, so... Yeah, it would be difficult to judge, I reckon. You're not wrong. Alright. Where the hell did I put that? Is it in the challenges? No, it's not. Let me just search that. What's the file called? Let me check the Discord. That one is called Custom Works Contest. Let me see if I can find Custom Works Contest somewhere in my... folders. Contest. There we go. Alright, I got it. Now let's turn on Game for you. Hope that works. This is the file from last year. You should be able to remember the details. Sorry. Hi Cab. Welcome in. And thank you. Thank you as well, Zigzag. Glad you like them. Alright, so let's switch some of this out. Actually, let's duplicate that. Let's close that. Let's save this. Oh, it's in there. Okay. Unfortunately, you're not seeing all of the pop out, the tools of GIMP and stuff, so your experience is going to be slightly limited, but I hope it works out for you anyways. Custom Work 2024. Okay, just told me OBS lost the connection, so let me know if anything happened. Hope the stream's still up, but it does say it is. Alright, let's change the dates first. Custom Works Contest, we can leave that. I'm just going to make a new forum channel in the Custom Works Discord server for those entries. One entry per user, that can remain. I do not have extras for the Andor Suite 1 and 2. I don't think I have extra army troopers from back then. This one we can delete. This one will change to small talk. At least I do think that's what I called it in the CustomWorks server as well. Yes, sir. Alright, 12 by 12 with or without black border could be relevant to say. I did say in the, you know, in the prompt, must fit within 12 by 12 stats. So, you know, like the summer jars 12 by 12 category. If you had a hole with a 12 by, a plate with a 12 by 12 cut out, your whole model should be able to fit through that straight up. So no overhangs, border included. I hope that's clear enough. But if it isn't, I'm willing to change that if you have any other, you know, options how I could word it. It's quite interesting going back to old design files for shit that I've done, because nowadays I use different fonts, so this kind of takes me back to, you know, and this was only last year, but it kind of takes me back still, so that's interesting. Yeah, but I think I'm going to keep it consistent regardless. Yeah, it's good if not pretty clear. You can ask that in small talk. Yeah, I agree. All right. I think we're going. Well, we do have to ditch this. Prize pool pictured below. I'm just going to post another little something there. Shipping only countries listed on DHL. Put that down there. Spacing isn't fantastic, but you know, we'll work with it. Right. Right, let's duplicate that again. Let's call that CustomWorks Contest 24v2. Not all the fancy naming. And you reckon we're gonna keep the 12 by 12, or should we go up to like 16 by 16? Give people more room to build. I do like the challenge of a 12 by 12, and I think 12 by 12 is actually a very nice size, because it's not too big, but it still allows you to cram a lot of detail in there. If you're familiar with the Lord of the Rings 12 by 12 series, by at this point a whole lot of people, you'll know what I mean. There's where can we find your CustomWorks figures? Welcome in, Milo, first of all. You can find them on there's a Discord server. If you go to, I think the easiest way to find my stuff is to just go to instagram.com/JakobKaiserMOCs, or just look up JakobKaiserMOCs on Instagram. I use my Instagram mostly for my custom minifigures, and you can find all the links there. Most of my stuff is with AV figures at this point, but you can also still find some stuff occasionally in the CustomWorks Discord server, which is linked on the Instagram. So feel free to check that out, hop on the server and see what you can find there. Let's get back to this. Yeah, I did ask if we should keep the 12 by 12. I do like the 12 by 12. I do also like the prospect of, you know, having that fresh element of a different size limit. But I think we're going to keep the 12 by 12 for now, out of the prize pool pictured. We'll just call that below. Or, well, I'm gonna probably edit it for Instagram and call that, you know, in a separate slide or whatever. But you can always edit text later, so we're gonna keep that for now. What's poppin'? How's everyone doing? Welcome in, Purge Bricks. Welcome in. We are, well, I for my part, I'm doing rather fine. and I hope you are too. We are working on whipping up some custom works contest graphics for my, if you're unfamiliar, I do make custom figures on the side as well. And I started that on December 4th, so we're coming up on another anniversary. So, we're having a little contest to celebrate that. Yeah, we're going to keep that for now. Submit a picture showing your entry in custom works contest. I'm going to put a different text there for Instagram. Mention which custom works figure would live in your model. Yeah, we can keep that, I think. December 31st, I think the deadline until New Year's is fine. A whole month, or well, almost a whole month is plenty of time to build, I reckon. One winner receives a copy of the figure meant to inhabit their model. Yeah, I think the wording is it holds up. Entries are scored by build and presentation quality, and how well the model relates to the figure it aims to win. We can keep that too. Prize pool picture I did not use any punctuation there, so we'll delete that. Actually, it's quite inconsistent. I do there is no comma anywhere. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's just questions and shit that actually has some non-letters. In any case, I think you get what I mean, and it's not relevant. Good luck planning it. I wish I had your custom. It seems reasonable. Thank you. Thank you. I think we're gonna have some fun tonight, coming up with some concepts. Hello, Flowbricks. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good time. Glad you could join us. Right, let's think about... Oh, shit, I did change... Is that narrow? Yeah, that's a different... Okay, yeah, fuck that. Sorry for the language. Figure out of the prize pool. Picture below, blah, blah, blah. That can stay. That can stay. Okay, we wanted to come up with a different concept for a single prize. Okay, in which case, if people, let's go into thinking mode. If we were to go with a single figure as a prize, how would you approach the requirements? What should people be building? Should we give them just complete freedom to build whatever they want, and the best model wins? Which, obviously comes at the cost of how can I put it? Well, relevance to the actual figure that you're trying to win. Or do we kind of narrow it down in terms of, whether it be topic? Imagine we put up the Juno or Star Killer for the prize, or maybe both, possibly. And we said people should just build Force Unleashed scenes. I think that would be kind of boring too, so if you have any ideas, feel free to put them in the chat. I would be interested in hearing that. Oh, I did miss that part of your previous message there, Purgerix. I was very impressed with the Gothic build. How's your custom business going? It's a small thing, it's just a small thing, but it gets the job done, so. Why is the live stream switching back to... Okay, there we go. I don't know what happened there. In any case, very impressed with other builds. How's your customers? Yeah, it's a little thing. I just do that on the side. I enjoy it. Something that eventually when you're in that mindset of creating stuff yourself, eventually you get around, well, in terms of Lego, eventually you get around to making your own minifigures as well. And you know, it's not the most profitable, but it's not too shabby either. I can't complain. And thank you for the compliments on the Gothic build. A new video on that, by the way, next weekend. We're going to be looking at arches and windows, I think is what I said in last week's video. By the way, thank you for the support on that one too. There was a risk that we might just fall off after the Gothic build series, but you know, apparently there is still some interest. I'm not sure why OBS is... There we go. Switching back and forth between the camera view and GIMP. In any case, let's do some thinking. Right, let the camera do whatever it wants, or OBS or whatever. And let's see. There we go. Right. Single figure. Typos there. Actually, let me see that you can look at that too. I just switched to simple flowchart program. I do like using just a blank canvas in whatever software you want. In this case, we're just using Draw.io, just to sketch out ideas, whatever that may be. A single figure, please. Prize. Options could be theme requirements. We could have no limits. We could have yeah, considering, well, if it's a single figure, I reckon it's going to be Star Wars anyways, because yeah, I think most of my Star Wars figures are more appealing than the single medieval fig that I've made. And I do have some other themes in the works as well, but yeah, no progress on those so far, unfortunately. I like 12 by 12, but of course it's your choice. 14 by 14, Bobo Brick says. 14 by 14, let me actually whip out some plates and check out what 14 by 14 looks like. Photos. That's 10. Yeah. 4 of those. This should be 14 by 14 if I'm not mistaken. It's 10.4, yep. Interesting. Interesting. That feels a lot bigger than it should feel like. You know, 12 by 12 is not that much smaller, but you have a ton more studs to play with on a 14 by 14. That might actually be interesting, yeah. Digging the live stream, thank you, Chiamanga. That might get me back into the imp architecture loop. Feel free to hop in the live stream chat actually, because I'm not looking at the Discord. But yeah. Right, 14 by 14. I do like the 14 by 14 option. Let's just put that in the chart as well. Single figure price requirements. There. I do like my stuff organized. Why is that not organized? Oh, they're different sizes. Okay, that's fine. Different sizes than the grid, I mean. Size. We have 12 by 12. And we have 14 by 14. Come on. All right, interesting. No, I was going to do the medieval guy. Well, we can do the medieval guy. But you know, considering Chemango in the Discord said that he'd be interested in Thrawn, you'd be interested in the medieval guy. I think the better call might actually be to go with a prize pool. You know, just a selection of figs that you can choose from. In which case, we don't need to come up with new concepts, which makes life convenient. You can just go with the same scoring approach like last year. No, based on relevance to the minifigure and build quality. Which, you know, I'm not opposed to. So if anyone in chat wants to vent their thoughts on this as well, feel free to do that. I'd be interested in hearing more opinions. And also, if you're watching and in the Discord, absolutely go ahead. Text there as well, even though I just said I'm not looking at the Discord regularly, but if that's your means of communication, I'll have a look at that too. Okay. Let's switch you back to GIMP. If it allows me to do that, there we go. Thank you. Right. Actually, let's head back to Draw.io. Come on, what the hell? There we go. Let's move that into the corner and let's check out the prize pool. Prize pool. We've got a Bad Batch. We'll just call it Bad Batch duo. We'll call it the Force Unleashed duo. We've got the Rick's Road collection. We've got Tales of the Empire Thrawn. We've got... Actually, let's split those into their individual figs so that we get an actual clear view of which figs are actually in hand, which figs I can even put up as prizes. We've got Tales of the Empire Thrawn, we've got Grand Admiral Thrawn, we've got Juno, we've got Star Killer, we've got Rick's Road Cassian, we've got Rick's Road Brasso, we've got Rick's Road Luthen, we've got Dedra, we've got why am I lost on the name? Come on. Brain. Get cranking. Okay, your YouTube is showing me some sort of error. Let me know if the stream's still going. Should be, but you know, you never know. I do feel like yeah, let me close that. Maybe that helps. Nothing's throttling or anything. Everything's going as it should. Why is shit not working? I'll just continue as usual and hope that all works out. Also like the idea of doing your wanted figure as a blank figure someday. Yeah, that's... Well, I would leave that up to the folks. To the people building themselves. Makes the marks unique for this contest. Yeah, I get that. Like a monochrome figure in a similar color as your wanted fig. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Okay, view count is dropping. Folks, let me know if things work. Just gonna refresh this. Not sure if it does anything. Doesn't seem like it. Right, let's see. I attempted rebooting the stream. I hope it works now. Let's see. Seems to be fine. Sorry if there were any issues on the viewer end. I don't know what was going on there. Hope it works now. Good evening, Ori. Glad you could join us today. As you can see, we're brainstorming prizes for the upcoming Custom Works anniversary mock contest. Where did we start? We just had some stream issues, so my brain is out of the loop. Thrones, the Rick's Road stuff. We've got Marva. We've got regular Brasso. We have got the chainmail bodies. Chainmail. We've got ISB Dedra. We've got let me think. What else do we have? Let me take a look. Your latest Gothic builder. I'm not sure I follow. If you would be able to enlighten me on the context of that second message, I would be appreciative. Let's see, we do have an extra Kirkanos, definitely. We can arrange for an extra Kirkanos. I do have an extra Luthen, I do have an extra Clea, I do have an extra Mon Mothma. but considering those are not being remade as regularly as my AV Figures collabs, I'm not sure I want to give those up. I do have an Armada extra, and I know some folks would be very interested in that one. Let's see. Oh, I would certainly have some army trooper extras. Unfortunately, no security troopers, but army troopers would be an option. And I think, yeah, that's it. So we definitely have some. Your Gothic Nocturnal build as a grand prize. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't think I can arrange for that. This is in celebration of the custom minifigure project that I've got going on the side after all, so yeah. I want to give away some minifigs instead of models, but we might have a mod contest, or, you know, a quote-unquote regular mod contest in the future. Although I prefer the collabs, or community projects, whatever you want to call it, over contests. Army troopers. Let's just call it that. And do I want to put in a Luthen and Armada? Difficult. I'll head out, might be back later. Have a good one, Bobovrix. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a lovely rest of your evening. Or day if you're in the States, I'm not sure actually. But, cheers. Oops. Righty. This looks like a prize pool I can arrange. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 figures to choose from. Do I have any other extras? No. Oh, well, I would have an unreleased figure with a new partner that I could offer as a prize. And that might just be something a couple of folks might be interested in. I'm not sure if anyone is looking for the pre-Imperial Snowtrooper, if you get where I'm going. Anyways, that's going to be revealed sometime soon, I think. I'm not sure if I'm going to reveal it before the contest, so it might be a spontaneous addition to the prize pool. We'll see. Yeah, let me get out some of those figures that I was talking about. One of those fellas. One of those fellas. I hope I still have some bags, but I should. Let's see. Where might I have some baggies for that small minifigure? I don't know if anyone else keeps their, oh well, most of their bags from Bricklink orders. I'm one of those folks, and I don't think it's healthy in the long run. Got so many bags. and very little use for them. But back in the day, all of my collection was sorted in Ziploc bags, so I kind of feel like, you know, you might need them in the future, so keep them around, which is stupid, but it is what it is. There's Kirkanos, and oh, we've only got 17 figs on the prize pool, if I'm not mistaken. That's 3, 6, 9, 12. Wait, am I stupid? Okay, that one goes. We've got 16. What am I missing? Oh, I forgot the name there. Oh, Grand Admiral Thrawn is the one I'm missing. That one's up here. Let me get another one of those. Alright. The content today might be somewhat boring compared to what we did before Breaking Bavaria when we still had stuff to build. But if you're interested, we can have a look at the Gothic build again in a second. Because I do think we can settle on the prize pool and minifig habitat of your choice. I think that's a good approach. There is the regular Grand Admiral Thrawn. Right. I think I'm going to clear that out. Throw that in a prize pool. I'm going to put that. Let's grab a drawer. Put all of that stuff in there. Okay. Very blank surface. What I'm going to put there. Let me clear off the table. And we might have a look over there. That might be more interesting to all of you guys. Let's see. Right. The good old Gothic model. Not what I was planning to do, but I think we've got the contest figured out, so we can have a look at some other things. Now, obviously, still mostly assembled. I have not yet had time to take things apart. Still got some things to design for December 14th. And the collectors in the CustomWorks Discord already got a preview at some of them, and they will continue to get previews in the foreseeable future before the public release. So if you're interested in some more Andor figs, head over into the CustomWorks Discord and stay tuned there. Yeah. All right. Yeah, in last week's video we took a look at some rock work, if you remember. If you haven't seen the video, feel free to check that out after the stream, obviously. You know, took a look at this one, took a look at the entire wall, and I think I might actually start parting out the first modules this coming week. Because, you know, I'm getting itchy. I do want to build some new stuff. Which is unfortunate for this model, because I do like it. Quite a lot, actually, but, you know, everything's got to go eventually. So, yeah, as much as I would like to keep it around, it's time to go, I reckon. So yeah, I already just posted a new model in the Discord. think that was posted before. Maybe not. Maybe it was reworked. Anyways, folks, I think we're going to keep it short today. Unless you have anything you want to know, anything you're interested in. Gonna make it quick and dirty. Yep, it was reworked. Okay, sweet, Ori. Sweet. I'll have to look at the work in progress pics again and see if I can spot the differences. Yeah, unless you have any more questions, anything you want to say, we're going to keep it short today. And we'll be back next weekend with another Gothic breakdown video, which might be mildly more interesting content. But yeah. What was your favorite Gothic mock you've made out of the 3? Oh, that's a difficult question. I might have said something in the last live stream where we recapped the whole collaboration. But I don't remember that. I do think overall, in terms of the actual personal satisfaction, like, you know, well, sorry, my brain froze right there. In terms of which model, which complete package felt like the most fulfilling, the most complete, the most refined overall, I think was the first one, actually. Which is kind of weird to say, to be honest, because the first one was, you know, all things considered, a nice model. But in terms of the impression it leaves when you see it, you know, obviously the Green Mire Gate and the cathedral are on a different level. But I do like the first one because it's, and I did say that in the last live stream when we took a look at all the Gothic builds. It was the only one of my Gothic builds that actually had a, you know, that was completed 360 degrees. Which is something that I would have loved to do with the Green Mire Gate and obviously this year's model. But last year I didn't have the parts. And I've also cut it pretty close on the time. And this year, obviously, we started a little sooner. The model only got bigger. And yeah, it had to be done at Breaking Bavaria, which is, yeah, it was a limiting factor. I can't lie. So yeah, I think it wasn't exactly the wisest move to try and build, you know, twice the size of last year's model all the time, but keep the 3-month deadline. I think that was stupid. You know, the first one was, or was it 32 by 48? The second one was 48 by 64, I think, and this one was 64 by 96. So yeah, I think you get where I'm. You see what I'm getting at. Yeah, I should have doubled the size as well. The time. You know, I doubled the size of the models. I should have doubled the time that I gave myself to build those models. I think that would have made my life easier. But you know, I might not have been as motivated to build for the whole Gothic thing then if I had like 6 months of time, because 6 months are an eternity. I know it was with Breaking Bavaria and the size was reversed, but I feel like the size of a base for the cathedral feels really good. Yeah, I'm not implying that it's a bad model. I'm just saying I would have liked to polish it up a little more, if you will. Add an interior, for example. That would have been amazing. Yeah, the tower on the left side, you might remember, there was a different concept in place before I realized I just didn't have the time to order more parts to make that look good. So yeah, make a micro version. I'll leave that to you, I think, Ori. If you'd be interested in making a micro version of any of my Gothic models, feel free to take that as a little challenge whenever you have a little moment of free time and you feel bored in some way, shape or form. Because yeah, I think I did make that fairly clear in the last live stream that I'm, mentally done with this model. I want to get past it and focus on new things. Challenge accepted. I'm looking forward to it, Ori. I'm looking forward to it. Feel free to share whips as you go in the workshop. I would love to see that. Oops. All right. Right, I reckon we're gonna leave it at that for today. I thank you for tuning in. I thank you all for your suggestions for the contest. Albeit we came to the conclusion that we're gonna just do the same thing as last year, basically. But yeah, we settled on something that's a decent result. Now I can work with that. Prep everything for Wednesday? Wednesday. Yeah. So if you're interested in participating in that contest, I will be sure to put a link in the workshop Discord server, to which you can find an invite in the description below. And so yeah, feel free to hop on there and you'll be in the know when that contest happens. And as for next week, like I said, we're going to have another technique breakdown video. We're going to look at arches and windows. And if you still have time this evening and you're looking for some content to watch, do feel free to check out last week's video on walls and rockwork, in the Gothic model and in the Gothic project as a whole. Isaiah, you're tuning in right as we are saying goodbye, taking our leave. We've achieved our little goal for today to prep for the Custom Works contest on December 4th, on Wednesday, and we're just coming to an end right now. But thank you for tuning in. I was just saying, if you're still looking for content to watch tonight, feel free to check out last week's video if you haven't seen it. And we're going to be back next weekend with the next technique breakdown. And then the weekend after that, I'll be sure to, hopefully make some progress on the disassembly of this model. And yeah, maybe we'll just take yeah, we might take some of the Gothic model apart on stream in 2 weeks. But anyways, we'll come up with content as we go. So I'll see you next week. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for the suggestions for the contest. And I will see you in the next one. Cheers.